Unreal Engine 5 has been out for some time now. It brings a massive upgrade to graphics and gameplay features in general. There's not a lot of games ready to be shown yet, but those that have been revealed look absolutely amazing, and it's a huge upgrade, no doubt about it. So let's get into the upcoming Unreal Engine 5 games that we know about. First off, we have Black Myth: Wukong. This game is 100% one of the best looking game out there, and it's not just an Unreal Engine 5 demo created only to show off like many are doing. This one is a full complete action adventure game with a detailed story, a ton of different bosses to fight and different environments to explore. This game came out of nowhere one day and almost instantly became one of people's most anticipated game of whatever year it comes out, and its Unreal Engine 5 showcase definitely ups the hype a lot more and shows a diverse, highly upgraded snow environment reminiscent of Red Dead Redemption 2, which is a game appreciated for its realism in all the little details. Black Myth: Wukong will have plenty of intriguing characters to meet, friend or foe, and a ton of dialogues to get into from the NPCs that you meet in the world. Even though you'll fight a ton of bosses and enemies in this game, the developers want to ensure you know about their backstories, or what these monsters are doing in their daily life. Why are they the way that they are? You'll explore what they call hatred and also discover the daily life of these monsters before going against them. Overall, it's looking amazing. Next up, we have Shadow of Conspiracy Section 2. Not many people know about this game yet, but its first and only reveal showcased some really impressive graphics and first-person gameplay inspired by both Deus Ex and Crysis. The game has you do a lot of things like explore a cyberpunk world, for example, and meet other characters, but also go head-to-head with the enemy. Shadow of Conspiracy is a thriller set in a dystopian 2087 Berlin, where players have to investigate a police chief's murder. Over the course of the investigation, the players must find a missing girl who plays a key role in the mystery. The game combines shooter and stealth mechanics. It is said to be a true next-generation experience thanks to the early adoption of Unreal Engine 5 and the implementation of MetaHuman, which allows for photorealistic characters that will look like almost real life. This is an open-world Berlin where you'll be able to roam the land and meet the citizens, do combat in different places, and customize your character, all while playing the main story, which could be pretty long. Next up, we have Ill, one of the most interesting Unreal Engine 5 game to me yet. There is so much potential with this, and the developers creating it actually have talent and knows what they're doing, which is why they also brought Leon Kennedy's voice actor from Resident Evil and the music composer Lorne. The first Unreal Engine 5 gameplay looks super crisp and lets us know we're up for a dark and gritty story that will be heavily inspired by Resident Evil 7 and Outlast, but will have its own unique twist to it. Its past concept gameplays also gave us a look at what to expect, with creepy residents, a ton of gore and dismemberment, and realistic NPC reactions to what's going on around them and what you, the main character, are doing. Ill is a game that's 100% free of any controlling publisher and rich people, so the developers will be able to create and put what they want in it, and it'll be a pretty creepy story. Next up, we have Mictlan, an action-adventure open-world game that you probably didn't know about, but that looks super promising and will have a massive gameplay reveal coming soon for Unreal Engine 5. In this game, you'll embark on a challenging and dangerous journey, exploring a vast open world, from thick jungles and lush forests to the dark, mythical underworld of Mictlan, the Valley of Death, in an epic quest to unleash the power of the gods. Set during the Spanish conquest of Mexico, Mictlan's story will unravel in a fantasy world heavily inspired by pre-Columbian Mesoamerican cultures, also its customs and myths. You will find yourself immersed in a wide, varied and dark open world, exploring detailed locations with great visual and narrative depth, experiencing a culturally rich atmosphere. Mictlan is the first open-world video game ever created by a Mexican-American studio and is a varied and rich world where history meets fantasy with different monsters and mythical beings, all created from the drawings of the time in real life. One of the developers' main goals is to recreate with great accuracy the architecture and iconography of pre-Columbian Mesoamerican cultures, drawing evidence from textual descriptions and the material that remains, all wrapped up in an epic dark fantasy story. Next up, we have Vigilance 2099, a beautiful, dark and gritty cyberpunk open world bounty hunting game created all on Unreal Engine 5, and this world that we're seeing here really has me wonder what if Cyberpunk 2077 looked like that. To me, it would have been a much better game simply in how the world looks. It's Blade Runner-esque inspired, and as you hunt down dangerous bounties as you go up the ladder of the rich corporations and take them down one by one. You can explore the open world by taking your vehicle to the air or onto the rainy streets, or by jumping out and hitting the dark alleys on foot. Earn money by capturing or killing bounties and spend it on upgrading your gear, or go and make a deal with a mega corporation. This action RPG lets you, an ex-fed, climb from the bottom of crime-ridden city through the criminal ladder and to the top. Whether in first person or third person, you'll enjoy your unrestricted flight through this sprawling futuristic city. Take your vehicle to the air and soar through the mega city and towering skyscrapers, or head down to the neon-soaked street for a drive while you jam out to the radio. Next up, we have Quantum Error. Although it's described as an FPS, Quantum Error can actually be played in both first and third person, and as you explore many unique parts in a world filled with terrifying creatures. The player character can also find themselves on Jupiter, where they're forced to gun down alien creatures with weapons like ion rifles, railguns, and other futuristic weaponry, and explore parts of the world in a vehicle. The main character is a firefighter sent to stop the fire in a space station, but of course things turn real bad real quick. The mission is simple: save as many lives from the burning complex as possible and get out. However, what starts as a rescue mission quickly plummets into darkness when you arrive and find that things are not as they appear. Quantum Error is a cosmic horror FPS inspired by Dead Space, for example, and has seen many upgrades over the past year with its switch to Unreal Engine 5. It's looking really great. Everything from the environments, the new upgraded weapons, to the sounds. Next up, we have Wrong Dust. The game is a cinematic, story-driven game set in a small town, heavily inspired by Silent Hill and Resident Evil, and looks like quite the great experience. The player will explore a detailed and abandoned town, fighting different kinds of entities with the weapons they can find, facing psychological horrors, solving puzzles, and fighting more monsters along the way. Players will be free to explore different parts of town, interacting with various NPCs along the way. The open world and the NPC quest design is inspired by Dark Souls. You won't have any UI telling you where to go, whether you have started, finished, or failed a side quest. It's all up to you to know what's happening in front of your eyes. It is said to be a weird, creepy action adventure. Next up, we have Stalker 2. This game is 100% one of my most anticipated games of 2022, and it's releasing really soon too. And every time I take a look at its Unreal Engine 5 gameplay, I'm still blown away by how good everything looks. The future of gaming is starting to arrive, and I'm all up for it. Stalker 2 applies the full potential of Unreal Engine 5 as well as motion capture and photogrammetry technologies to provide the ultimate immersion into the game world. The advanced artificial intelligence system will compel the Stalker to utilize a tactical approach against numerous enemies, as said by the game's description, challenging and keeping even the most hardball players engaged. A Life 2.0, the life simulating system, builds a holistic live environment where players' actions have an impact on the world of the zone. Dangerous mutants and deadly anomalies will not be the only obstacles on your journey. You will feel all the griefs of a new Stalker life while searching and consuming rare and valuable supplies like food, drinks, meds, alcohol, and etc. The immersive survival mechanics will be enriching the gameplay on the path through the branch storyline. Finally, we have Hellblade 2, an absolutely beautiful showcase of the Unreal Engine 5. Senua's Saga Hellblade 2 is a first-party Xbox game studios developed in-house by the talented developers at Ninja Theory, the sequel to the fan-favorite Hellblade. While Hellblade 2 continues the story of Senua with an expanded scope and a world that's completely different but even darker. You'll fight monsters never seen before in video games in its scenic location of Iceland. Senua is also not isolated anymore like in the first game. Now she's accompanied by other NPCs and is more friendly, and you'll be meeting different characters throughout your journey. It's looking like a beautiful Unreal Engine 5 experience. I love it. Alright guys, for more videos of gaming projects on Unreal Engine 5, make sure you support this video and subscribe.